Good morning, y'all. I done put my shoes on. I'm getting ready to get in the car and head to the lake, so I'll talk to y'all when I get there. Alrighty. Good morning. Well, I spoke to y'all earlier when I got ready to leave the house. I'd have made it out here by the lake, taking a little stroll. I'm actually going down here to the benches and going to sit down and just enjoy the lake for a minute. We got people doing their little water sports. I've never seen that before. He's actually rolling and fishing at the same time. You know, I don't know much about this kind of water sports, but hey, I'll sit out here and I'll show y'all some stuff here and there. But y'all see what I'm talking about. He's actually canoeing and got his fishing pole out at the same time. I guess that worked. I wonder if he catch anything that way. Oh, excuse me. I'm all up on y'all. I didn't bring my tripod, so we just gonna have to talk. I gotta hold this freaking camera up. Anyway, good morning. That's one of the canoers I was speaking to. He got his fishing pole too. It's so lovely out here, y'all. Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized I was doing this in my camera the wrong way, and I just had a whole conversation with y'all, which I'll start over. But I want y'all to catch something. I hate I didn't bring my tripod. I want y'all to catch hold of something. I was talking to a young lady the other day, and she was saying something about, women, how she felt about herself, and she has low self-esteem, and she's a heavy-set young lady, fat or whatever. And I was just talking to her about that, and I was saying at no time, in my adult life have I been skinny. And I never allowed that but I also didn't have low self-esteem. And what I found out that other women and even men will focus on where they think your self-esteem is low and pinpoint that. So you have to embrace and love yourself. And I found out, I'm like, when people call you fat, why does that upset you? It's what our conversation was. Because I'm like, didn't you wake up in the morning? You saw yourself in the mirror, right? I mean, and it's like you pinpointed something now that everybody can see. So why do you feel any type of way about what somebody else has to say? And so she was saying, every time she goes somewhere, this, that, and women making a point to tell, her that their husbands or boyfriends or the men that's in attendance of wherever they are don't like fat women. Hold on, y'all. So I said to her, I want you to take hold of this, and I want everybody to catch this. Put your catcher's mitt on. Put it on. You got it on. Catch this. If you are so pressed about what a man like, or you so determined to tell you what a man don't like, and men will say they don't like big women. But let me tell you, you may have a preference. Y'all got your catcher's mitt on. Catch it. I want you to catch it. But men that like women, let me repeat that. Men that like women, let me repeat it one more time. Men that like women, did y'all catch it? Did you catch it? Did you catch it yet? I hope you catched it. Not caught it, but I hope you catched it. Men that like women, okay, that's my point. They may be with them undercover, and then you always see them, and you be saying, well, how did she end up with him? Because maybe what he started out as thinking was his preference, he found out when he got with someone else that it was more than just the exterior, that it was the interior. And that's why I tell you to love yourself right where you are. You may not ever get skinny, you may not ever lose a pound, but love yourself. So if it was anybody I was ever attracted to, I very rarely dated a heavyset man. Most of the time they were skinny and thin. I always thought I was worthy. I had issues and some things and inadequacies in other departments that I felt like I was hard on myself up, but that was not it. So, and I tell you, and that's any area in your life, love yourself. Make sure that you care and love yourself. And y'all, I want to tell you this, and I was listening to a TikTok, I think it was TikTok, and the minister was going in on his congregation. I hadn't seen it, but apparently Amber had seen it. And he was going in on his congregation being broke. Watch who you allow lead you. And that fact that he had asked for a watch, a particular watch, apparently, a Movado or something. I don't know what kind of watch it was. But he made mention that they sold the watches at Sam's. But I'm like, why should it be? Where did that come from? That ministers has gotten to the point where you feel like your congregation owes you something above your salary or above what but you're not, even if you don't get a salary, you're not there for what you can get out of your congregation anyway. You're there to serve. And you're serving unto God. You're not serving the people. And I think that that's the point, is you felt entitled to a watch. She said, I asked y'all for a watch over a year ago. Buy your own watch if you want a watch. And I said to myself, in this time, I don't know when this tape was made, but I'm like, really? Really? So, that is the thing that really was like, people just don't seem to have a lot of shame anymore. So then I caught a snippet of this young man saying something in particular to women about, Bishop Jakes had said something. He's not surprised that his church has lost membership because he's now telling ladies the truth on the guise of the spectrum of what I guess Kevin Samuels was saying. I don't think that he was quite abrasive, but I think that's what he was saying, that, Bishop Jakes was saying to the women, as far as stop saying you need a man. I don't know what men these women around. I don't know what women saying this, because I'm not around women that say they don't need a man. I've never been around that. That's never been my thought process. This is my thought process, and I want to put that in perspective. I think that we as a race, as a gender, we all need each other, is what I'm getting to. You need the diversity in the world. Men and women need gender. They bring different things to the table. However, you should be able to go it alone. You should be able to have joy alone. You should be able to have a fulfilled life alone. And being alone is not a curse. It's not something bad. I think companionship is great in the right way. You should bring something to one another. But you shouldn't have to be dependent on being with somebody for joy in your life and to have a fulfilled life. And I think that's what people are missing when you say, I don't need you financially. And I think the thing of it is like, yeah, it's great. Women do think they take pride in having made some accomplishments in life. Having to have work. And you have to realize there's a reason for that, because previously, women wasn't in the workforce and things like that. So that is a major accomplishment, not to be dependent on somebody financially where you may need them in other areas, So I do think that is the thing where a lot of women take hold of that. Now, I'm going to use even a younger woman. I'm going to use my daughter as an example. My daughter is an accountant, so she makes a decent salary. But I've always told her, you more than likely will not, you may or you may not find someone that makes your same salary. But that's neither here nor there. If y'all are working together, it doesn't matter. But you're not to take care of somebody. You need somebody that's going to come to the table, that's capable of taking care of themselves, that are capable of doing for themselves and doing what they need to do as a man. You don't want to take on a dependent as a man. You want a man that it can be a provider. Okay, he may not be able to provide on your level. Say he make half of your salary. If something should happen to your salary, he could say, baby, we may not be able to live on the level we've been living on, but hey, we're going to go over here and get this 1-bedroom apartment and do what we got to do. We're going to make it. We're going to be together. We're going to stick to it. He still can provide for you. You know, that type of thing. That's my thing, is that you got to be able to care for yourself. And I think that it's a good thing for women to have their own, period. And that's one thing that I've always worked, like I said, and I was taught to work. And that was by, my father, like I said, took on the role of the provider in our home. My stepmother, for the most part, she worked periodically, but for the most part, until her later years, she was a housewife, So it's not like I didn't grow up in a traditional type home, but yet and still, we were still taught to go to work and do and have our own. And I've taught my daughter the same thing, and that's not to say to have your own. People always say have your own just in case, he go to acting a fool and you have to leave. No, that's not the reason. Have your own for a lot of reasons, because what say you are not capable of doing anything. You've been so dependent on one person, and something should happen and he loses his salary. Y'all are in dire straits. Y'all are in a situation where you don't know how you're going to make ends meet, how you're going to live. I always say that if you're in a couple, if you can manage to live off the lower person's salary, be able to pay your bill. I know sometimes that's not realistic, but be able to try to manage your home and your finances on the lower person's salary. I'm not saying use the lower person's salary for everything. I'm just saying whatever that person brings in annually, that's what you all should make your budget for, if you can, to live off of. So should something happen to the higher person's wages, or one of the wages that you still are able to make it may be tight. And I think you should build wealth with the remainder of the money. Have you some play money, have your vacation time or whatever with the other person's salary. However you divvy it up and however you put the money in one pool, you should be able to kind of function your home, if you can, on the lower salary. So should something happen, it's easier to get to the lower. So to say something happened to both your salary, it's easier to come with a lower amount than a higher amount. You see what I'm saying? Although it may be tough, it's easier to come up again with the lower amount than the higher amount. And then if you are relegated down to that one salary, you can kind of tighten the range. You don't have play money. You don't have extra money to do extracurricular activities and things of that nature. But you can still manage your home. And say something should happen, and y'all do separate. You're not left in like, I don't have anything. I can still manage. I can still go to work. I can still live. And I think that is so important. I know it gets harder the more people you add when you're adding children to the home and things like that. Expenses add up, but you still kind of should adjust where you can manage, if that's at all possible, if you can. I think that is, one of the most important things, y'all. But anyway, that was what I kind of, just a little general conversation out here while I'm out here by the lake, out here meditating. I'm surprised. I don't know why I am, though, but a lot of people, like I said, it's a lot of people out today and just out here and enjoying the nice weather. Really, it's beautiful out here. This sun is starting to beat down, though. I do know that. Anyway, what y'all got planned today? Y'all, believe it or not, I was talking to Amber. She said she's going to get her nails done. We were invited, but it was kind of last minute. We have a wedding to go to next week. We have a wedding to go to next weekend. And yesterday I ran into her godmother. I guess she thought I knew, and she was telling me about the bridal shower. And it's tonight. And I was just telling Amber has something already planned, so she's not going. And I decided I'm not going because I really don't feel like going in these stores trying to find a young lady anything for, I'm not much of a last minute person. Every now and then I can, But I really don't, like I said, feel like getting out in these stores. I got some things I have to do, so that's just not in my agenda to be trying to find a bridal shower gift. And I don't like showing up somewhere empty-handed. And I'm sure that she will have a good time, you know. Probably had I not seen her godmother yesterday and my friend, I wouldn't have known anyway. So I'm gonna skip out on that, and I will see them at the wedding on next week. I'm gonna get some things going I got to get done. I want to start on my hair. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it today. I want to put some twist in it. I need to stop by the beauty supply when I leave here to get some gel so I can have it to do. But that's my day for today. I'm gonna do my hair, run some errands, do some cleaning around the house, and I need to. I'm actually going to have. I haven't eaten anything. I'm actually going to have me a taco salad for breakfast, and I'm gonna go over to Piggly Wiggly because I don't really want to walk a whole store. I wish they had. Back in the day when I was they used to have this fruit and vegetable stand called Easy Way. I wish they would have had one of those. Where you could just go in and all you bought really like was fruits and vegetables. They did sell like very few meats, like some lunch meats and salt meat, cooking meats and stuff like that. But I hate that they got rid of that. It was just so convenient to kind of go in and grab you the particular fruits or vegetables you needed and get out of there without having to walk over the store. And so Piggly Wiggly's probably one of the easiest stores to go in and just grab a couple of items and come on out. So I probably will do that, especially as far as parking and walking right into the store and getting what you need real quick and getting on out. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here. I hope y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. You know you're loved. I love you, but God truly loves you the most. Remember to always be kind to yourself and others. Be joyful and be blessed. And you know I have to give y'all a quick look at the lake before I leave here. So I'm going to turn the camera around and give y'all a look, and I'll see y'all tomorrow, hopefully for Sunday's dinner. Love you. Bye. How peaceful.